Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Tuesday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in game 4 of our NBA 2K22 Road to the NBA Finals 12-13 Heat series, and we are leading over the 07-08 Boston Celtics 2-1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals. So if we win this episode and the next episode, we will advance on to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we could either face off against the 97-98 Chicago Bulls or possibly the 88-89 Detroit Pistons, which I think those are going to be really good matchups to see along the lines. So for the NBA Finals, if we make it, our opponent will probably be the 97-98 Utah Jazz. So without a further ado, we'll show you the uniforms, and we'll see you into tip-off. Alright, so the Miami Heat are going to be wearing their classic red alternates on the road. The alternate 09 through 17 uniforms. Meanwhile, for the Boston Celtics, they're going to be wearing their classic home 05 through 14 white jerseys at home. So without a further ado, and it kind of looks camouflage on my screen there with the Heat's red jerseys. It's a similar shade of red. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at tip-off. Alright, it is tip-off time here at the TD Garden in Boston. So the Celtics want to win another game. They won game 2 when we were at home in the 305 in the American Airlines Arena. So now LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native, makes the dunk there. It is evenly tied up 2-2. And it is now Rajon Rondo with possession. And that is going to be a backcourt violation. The 12-13 Miami Heat will have possession of it, though. So now LeBron James is going to pass over to Mario Chalmers, and then I'm thinking about attempting a three-pointer from behind the arc with LeBron James. So LeBron James makes the three, and it is now 5-2 here in Boston. So now LeBron James making that steal, going to pass over to Mario Chalmers, and Chalmers gets it in. It is now 7-2, so now Rajon Rondo with possession going to pass over to Paul Pierce, and now Paul Pierce makes the dunk, and it is now going to be 7-4. I'm going to pass off to D Wade, actually. LeBron going to pass over to Wade, and now Wade is going to hit a three from behind the arc, and it is now going to be a 10-4 lead for the Miami Heat. I meant to say three-pointer, by the way. Rondo going to pass over to Paul Pierce, losing the basketball. Chalmers going to pass it over to Wade, other side of the court, makes the dunk, and it is now 12-4 here in Boston. So now Paul Pierce picking it up, passing over to Kendrick Perkins. Chris Bosh making the steal. I'm going to pass it over to Mario Chalmers, and then Battier going to pass over to James, and James makes a firing three, and it is now 15-4, so Rajon Rondo with possession, going to pass over to Paul Pierce, gets it in there. It is now 15-6, and we have had 3 steals in this whole episode, so now we got some Shane Battier out on the court, going to go into the paint, gets it in, so it's now going to be 17-6. Both teams are at 100% in field goals as of right now, which is really good. So now Paul Pierce losing the basketball. LeBron James picking it up, by the way. Going to pass over to Shane Battier, the Duke product. And we're actually going to hit a three. And we're actually going to take a break here. Alright, our break is over. So now Mario Chalmers going to pass over to Rashad Lewis and Ray Allen, number 34. So yes, Ray Allen did play for both the 07-08 Boston Celtics and the 12-13 Heat. So now it is a three-pointer. So now Sam Cassell, which, by the way, he did wear number 20 for Boston and number 34 with Miami, gets it in there. It is now 23-14. Gonna pass over to Chalmers, and then Chris Bosh gets it in for 2. The Dallas, Texas native gets it in. It's now 25-14. Sam Cassell with the basketball, losing it, but then Chris Bosh picking it up. He is going to actually go into the paint, gets it in for 2, and it is now 27-14 at the moment. So now it is Sam Cassell with the possession of the basketball. And now Sam Castle going to pass over to Leon Poe, gets it in there, and it is now 27-16. We're going to pass it over to Juwan Howard, and he will get this one in for 2, so it's now 20.1 seconds to go. They're going to pass over to Sam Cassell. And now Sam Cassell, he's going to go up to the paint, gets it in for 2 points, so it is now 29-18. So now I'm going to use Chris Bosh, and it is going to be a 13-point Miami Heat lead on the road to end the first quarter. So now Sam Cassell going to pass over to James Posey, makes that 3 happen, and it's now 21-31. So now Chalmers attempting that 3 does not go in. End of first quarter. Miami leads it by 10. Alright, so now LeBron James has possession of the basketball. He's going to go up into the paint, gets it in for 2 points. Not necessarily a dunk, but now he has 10 points in the episode already. And it's now 33-21. LeBron James with the steal. He's going to go up to the paint, gets it in there for 2, and it is now 35-21. Alright, so Juwan Howard going to pass over to Mario Chalmers, and then Ray Allen, number 34, going to attempt a 3. Will Ray Allen actually get it in? No, he does not. But now Sam Cassell picks it up, and James Posey going to pass over to Tony Allen, gets it in there, and it's now 35-26. So we're going to pass it over to LeBron. Actually intercept that off to Boston. We were going to pass over to LeBron James, but that game plan ended up going to Boston. So now Sam Cassell is going to go to the free-throw line. So they're doing some depth chart substitutions here along the lines. And we're going to pass it over to Ray Allen, number 34. He missed the last 3-pointer he attempted, but now he actually got it in. So it's now 38-29. Sam Cassell with possession of the basketball. Where is he going to take this to? He's going to pass over to KG. Gets it in there, and it's now 38-31. So we're going to pass it over to Ray Allen. Going to make this 3, and we actually get it in. So it's now 41-31 at this time. So now we're going to, if we were going to pick up the steal, we were going to take a timeout, but evidently not. So 10-point lead for Boston. No, excuse me, Miami. Garnett scores it in. Take a timeout. We're actually going to take a break. Alright, now the break is over. Ray Allen going to pass over to D-Wade, and then LeBron James gets it in for 2 points. So it's now 46-39. 14 points for LeBron James, and Paul Pierce has 10. 6 for 6 in field goals today, and the Celtics are going to take a timeout. They're probably going to change their depth chart. Alright, Kendrick Perkins is going to pass over to Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce losing the basketball. Chris Bosh picking it up, going to pass over to Haslam, and then LeBron James getting this one in for 2. It's now 48-39. So Boston is down by 9 points. And now Rajon Rondo, what is he going to do? He's going to pass over to Paul Pierce, and now Paul Pierce thinking about passing over to Garnett and gets it in. So it's now going to be 48-41. 6 points for KG today. And now LeBron James, he is going to go up to the paint. Makes that dunk happen in the paint. It's now 50-41. Boston is down by 9 points. And now the Celtics, what are they going to do? Rajon Rondo, he's going to pass over to Ray Allen, gets it in there. So Rondo is going to pick up the assist. And it is D-Wade going to go make the dunk in the paint. It is now 52-43. So now they're going to pass over to Paul Pierce. So now 26 seconds ago, Paul Pierce losing the basketball. D-Wade picking up that steal. Dwayne Wade making a 3 happen for the Heat. It's now 55-43. Paul Pierce with possession of the basketball. So now Paul Pierce, what's he going to do? Go up in the paint, makes that layup happen. And it is now a 10-point Miami lead. So now LeBron James getting that one in. 4.4 seconds to go. Kendrick Perkins, it looks like he's going to pass over to Rondo. And James makes that buzzer beater to end the first half. It is now 59-45. The Heat lead it on the road by 14 against the 07-08 Celtics at TD Garden. Alright, so now Chris Bosh is going to pass over to Dwayne Wade, and then LeBron James going to get this one in the paint for 2, thanks to the assist by Mike Miller. 24 points for LeBron James today, and it's now Paul Pierce with possession. Now he picks it back up. So now Paul Pierce, what's he going to do? Going to pass over to Kendrick Perkins. He will get this one in for 2. So now LeBron James with the possession. He's going to make a layup in the paint. So it's now 63-47. 26 points for LeBron James and Paul Pierce with 12. They are both the scoring leaders for today's episode. And speaking of Paul Pierce, he makes a 3 happen, and it's now 63-50. I'm going to pass this over to Wade. And James will pick up the assist if he gets this one in, and he does. So it's now 65-50. Paul Pierce with the possession of the basketball, loses it, then picks it back up. So now Paul Pierce making that 3 fly once at it again. Now Boston is trying to make a comeback because they lost Game 3. But Boston did win Game 2 at the American Airlines Arena in South Florida, as many of you recall. Ball is out. Wade making the steal, making that dunk happen. It is now a 16-point lead for the Miami Heat. They are looking so red hot. This 2012-13 Miami Heat team was a really good fast break scoring team, and Boston is taking a timeout. We're actually going to take a break. Alright, it is now 73-64. Dwayne Wade going to pass it over to Shane Battier. And Battier gets this one in for 2. And it's now 75-64. Miami's up 92% in field goals, while Boston's at 100. And Miami is going to take a timeout. It's another depth chart substitution we're actually going to do here. Alright, so it's now 75-66. Chris Bosh going to pass it over to Rashad Lewis, and then passing it over to LeBron James. LeBron James is going to pull a 3 from behind the arc, and it is now 78-66. So Tony Allen with the possession of the basketball. Where is he actually going to take this to? He's going to pass it over to James Posey, gets it in. So it is now going to be 78-68. So we got LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native. I think we're probably going to shoot it from right here. And he drills it from 3, and it's now 81-66. So now Allen losing possession, then picks it back up. Ray Allen, where is he going to take this basketball direction to? Leon Poe makes the dunk. It's now 81-70. So now we're going to pass it over to Rashad Lewis and then some Ray Allen. Allen hits a 3 from behind the arc, and it's now a 14-point Miami Heat lead. They are looking red hot today. I mean, this team was so popular. Everyone tended to like them because of the big 3 made by Bosh, Wade, and LeBron. So now Tony Allen with the possession, going to pass over to Leon Poe, and then going to pass over to James Posey. So now James Posey, he's going to go up into the paint, gets it in. 3.3 seconds to go. We're going to pass over to LeBron James. He's going to fire this one for 2, and it's now 86-72. And 0.5 seconds are left, and this ends the third quarter. So Miami is taking the lead on the road by 14. So we're dominating over this 07-08 Celtics team. And this is going to be a good series to watch along the lines too. And I'd like to see more and more of this 2012-13 Heat team playing like this. Alright, your State Farm assist of the game is coming right up. Udonis Haslem going to pass over to LeBron James. gets it in there, so it's now going to be 86-72. So Ray Allen has possession of the basketball. So it looks like Ray Allen is going to go to the paint, going to attempt a three. He actually does make it in, so it's now going to be 86-75. Chalmers passing it over to Bosch. Bosch getting this one in for two, and it's now 88-75. So Boston is down by 13. So Paul Pierce is going to go up into the paint, gets it in. So it is now going to be 88-77. Pierce has already 20 points today. So now Chris Bosch goes up to the paint, gets it in for two, and it's now 90-77. 10 points today for Chris Bosch, 4 from mid-range. And we have picked up the steal. Chalmers to Bosch. Chalmers assist, so it's now 92-77 with 3 minutes to go. Ray Allen losing the basketball, then Bosch is going to pick it up. 13 steals and 21 fast break points for the Heat, and it is now going to be 94-77. Make that 95-77 if Bosch actually gets this one in, and he will. So the Celtics are going to take a timeout. We're actually going to do some depth chart substitutions here. Alright, so now LeBron James going to pass it over to Wade and then Shane Battier. So now Shane Battier is going to make a three happen, and this will be the 1-0-0. We have made 100 points in this game already for the Heat. So now it is Rondo going to pass over to Paul Pierce. They're going to pass over to Rondo, and now Juwan Howard makes the steal, going to pass it over to Dwayne Wade, and now Wade gets that layup in there. It's now 102-81. Boston is down by 21 points, so now what will Paul Pierce evidently do? He loses a basketball, but then Shane Battier picks it up, so now Shane Battier is going to get it in, but KG has a shooting foul, so this evidently means that Battier is going to pick up, well, actually going to go to the free-throw line, rather, and he actually gets it in. So now Rajon Rondo with possession loses it, but then picks it back up. Where will Rondo go? Rondo going to pass it over to Brian Scalabrine, gets it in there, and it's now 105-83. Make that 107-83 with the Battier dunk, and it's now 107-83. And it is now Rajon Rondo with the possession. And it looks like he is going to go from the three-pointer, actually going to pass over to Rondo. Gets that layup in. It is now 107-85. I pass it over to James. So now LeBron James hits that three. It's now 110-85. So with a minute and 10 seconds to go, Sam Cassell losing the basketball, going out of bounds. The 07-08 Celtics have possession. Alright, and your player of the game is LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native. We are going to go over the numbers after the game. But right now, we got LeBron James out on the court. He is going to go make this one in for two. It's now 112-87. 41 points for LeBron James today, and 18 of which were in the paint. So he's made quite a bit of three-pointers throughout the game. So Scott Pollard going to pass over to Cassell. So now Sam Cassell losing the basketball, and it's now LeBron James going to hit a three for the Heat. And it's now going to be 115-87, 28 seconds are left. So now James going to make this steal, makes the dunk happen. It's now 117-87. So he did a fantastic dunk there. I'd give that a 5-star rating. And it's now 117-89. We're going to pass it over to Allen and then back over to Dwayne Wade. So now Wade hits a three. It's now going to be 120-89. And Boston is down by 31 points, I'm guessing. So now game is over. Miami wins it 120-89. And if we win next episode, we advance on to the Eastern Conference Finals. LeBron James, 46 points, 2 assists, 5 steals, 4 dunks on the day. Dwayne Wade, 26 points, 3 assists, 2 steals on the day, 3 dunks by him. Shane Battier, 17 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a dunk as well. Chris Bosh, 15 points, 1 assist, 5 steals on the day. Ray Allen, 12 points, 1 assist, 1 steal. Paul Pierce, 22 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 1 dunk on the day. Ray Allen, 21 points, 1 assist, 1 steal. James Posey, he had 9 points on the day. Rajon Rondo, 10 assists, 7 points. Sam Cassell had 7 points and all, 4 assists. Kevin Garnett, 6 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, and no dunks for him today. That ends it here in Boston. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next episode.